Hey there, my friend. What's going on? This is Dave Sharpe. Welcome to Wake Up Legendary. And new week, my friends, new week. We are excited to be here continuing this journey with our amazing clients as we bring them on the show. As you know, our clients are the stars of this show. They're the people who we bring on to interview and give you all a behind the scenes perspective about how this online marketing thing really works. And today is no different. This is happening live. I'm streaming here from Florida. My guest, we'll find out where he's streaming in from here in a moment. We'll ask him live. I have just made it through down here in Florida, a tropical storm. It is now tropical storm and hurricane season here in Florida. So my thoughts and prayers go out to everybody who this tropical storm is affecting. Thank God I've been spared and blessed. I posted a video on Instagram and our Facebook page yesterday, kind of showing some of the winds that we were experiencing yesterday. But it's a privilege to be here this morning and be here to continue the adventure. So with that being said, Eitan, welcome to the show, my brother.
How's it going, man? It's great to be here. First of all, I just want to thank you. When I first started this journey, I said to myself, when I get an invite to Wake Up Legendary, I'll know that I made it in life. So it's really good to be here. Thank you.
Hey, man, it's my privilege, man, my pleasure. So tell us where you're calling in from, Eitan.
I live in Jerusalem, Israel. I've been here for 12 years. I'm originally from Des Moines, Iowa. So
wow,
I'm a Midwestern person by origin.
Okay, usually it's the other way around. So that's awesome, man. That's awesome.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you for tuning in here from Jerusalem. And my thoughts and prayers go out to everybody in that area right now.
Thank you. Thank you.
Holy
I mean, a lot of people, they look at the news and they think that every day we're running, every day things are happening, but we're just living our lives. You know, I have a nice pool in the backyard. We go swimming, we go shopping. I have my kids go to school. Everything is as crazy as it seems on the news. It's still life is still moving here. Thank God.
Well, that's good to know. That's good to know. I know that's
not
the case in all of that region.
That's true.
You know, so
there are definitely people who are displaced. There's people having real issues. So
yeah,
I'm thanking God every day that hopefully things will get back to normal soon.
Yeah, for sure. Well, hey, things are not normal for you right now in the sense that you're doing, internet marketing. I would assume that's different. I would assume that's outside of the ordinary for you and maybe even what you thought you would be doing. So tell us a little bit about your backstory and kind of what got you into this in the first place. I don't think when you were growing up and people asked you what you wanted to do, you said, I want to be a YouTuber or I want to be an internet marketer. How'd this come to be?
Yeah. So I've been I would say a born entrepreneur for many, many years. I don't want to work for anybody else. But I went into contracting. So I was a contractor here for 7 years after I got married. I did a lot of work for a lot of people around here. And then I decided that it just wasn't doing it for me. Long story short, I was scrolling TikTok and I guess it's a classic story. I found one of your marketers back then, 2 years ago now. And I literally stumbled upon your course. And I think what drew me to it more than anything was the authenticity. I think that I felt. I want to say when talking to you, but since this is the first time I talk to you, so it's a certain skill that to have, to be on camera presenting and also be talking to somebody. So that was really, really cool. And then I took the course, totally bombed out, didn't do such a great job. Bought the blueprints. And it was hard for me to figure it out at first, but I kept plugging and I kept plugging. And I actually figured out my partner from construction came on this journey with me. So we figured it out together. And we met somebody who was very successful in one's particular niche on YouTube. And he was looking to expand. We partnered up with him. and then we just blew it up, man. Like that's the short of it. And it's been 2 years now, and life is definitely different. I obviously am not making any radical claims. I don't promote any courses or anything like that, so there's nothing that I have to gain by saying this. But my life definitely radically changed. I moved into a nice, beautiful house, and just things are really good. Let's put it that way. So
Yeah. So this is all after, I mean, has your life changed in the way that you're describing as a result of you getting involved in internet marketing?
yeah, 100%. I mean, look, I have a wife and 4 kids. I just had my fourth kid, and things were great. I mean, in terms of family, but in terms of financially, any job that you work, any time that you're trading hours for money is going to limit you. Even if you're making a high salary and you're happy with that, and that's great. But the idea that when I read Rich Dad Poor Dad in the course, and the idea that you guys espoused, which is figuring out a way how not to trade time for money, was a completely new concept for me. I just didn't understand that. Nobody I knew was doing such things. I thought that was like a pipe dream. And when I think back, I can tell you. I don't want to say exactly the revenue we're doing, but I could tell you that my goal was to make a lot less than I'm making now. That I thought I was like I'm dreaming if I make this much, and I'm making a lot more than that, like by margins. So yeah, it's been crazy. Not only the digital marketing aspect of it, but just the journey of it, changing my life, not trading time for money, the freedom that you gain by not trading time for money, not doing a 9 to 5, not even if you're not working for somebody else. I was working for myself, but it's just a whole different ball game. I'm able to spend more time with my kids, my wife. We're able to go on vacations. We're able to invest money. We're able to donate a lot of money. And it's just been a game changer. I hate using that word, but like, it's cliche, but it's been a game changer for me and for the people in my orbit. So yeah.
Wow. So that's great to hear, and something you should be proud of. And I appreciate you kind of talking about your success in a way that doesn't particularly make it seem for everybody that they can experience the same thing. But at the same time, you should own your success and be proud of it. And I certainly am. I'm excited for you. Let's talk a little bit about how you achieved what you're doing, which is a little bit unique, and you've kind of gravitated towards YouTube. You said that early in the game you partnered with somebody who was already a YouTube creator. And I love this conversation because it gives us a unique perspective about how these skills that we teach here at Legendary can be used to provide marketing work or strategies for local companies or other businesses. If we teach the core 4 ways to sell information here online at Legendary, because my experience is that not only is it you can be more successful when you kind of hone in on a particular topic, but also I can't teach everything. First of all, I don't have experience in drop shipping and Amazoning. It's not my thing. I've always sold information, and so that's what I can teach. However, these skills are transferable. The skills themselves, we teach we teach 4 unique business models to apply these skills to, and we combine them together, the skills and the business models. However, again, you can use these skills in an existing job that you have. Okay. That's one thing that I always tell people. I mean, before you go, quitting your job and, I'm going to be an entrepreneur and I'm going to, I'm burning the bridge. First it's like, can you apply this anywhere in your existing life or business and make more money or get a promotion? Then, of course, do you have an existing business? You kind of go through the process of elimination of where can I apply these skills. But then you, intelligent guy looked around, saw, had either a right place, right time thing, or saw an opportunity and realized that you had the skills. This is my assumption. You clarify for me. You had the skills to take somebody else's kind of project or something they were already starting on and take it to the next level. And then you've just expanded and grown from there. Talk to us about how you found that little alleyway and decided to dart down it and actually commit to it. And now you have, in kind of a little bit about what your business entails now that you're using these skills to make money with.
Sure. So it started off as when I was on my journey. When I started doing the course, I was talking to my partner and I said, when it works, I'm out. Like, I'm out of construction. I don't like talking to people on the phone. Even doing something like this is like out of my, believe me, when I send this video to people afterwards, they're going to be like shocked that I was on a call. So talking to people is just it's not my forte. I don't love communication or anything like that, but I was forced to do it for many years. So I would say the main thing, what you're saying with regards to the skills being transferable, is I agree 1,000%. And the more that I do it, the more I see I would say it trains you to have a certain mindset. And when you have this mindset of like, problem solving and again, it's the rich dad, poor dad thing that, I don't know if you still do, but back in the course, you had us read it. And, that whole mentality is something that opened my eyes that like, negotiating with your boss for another $1 or $2 or $3 or $10, dollars an hour, whatever it is, it might be in the minute scale for you, something that's sort of life-changing, but ultimately, figuring out a way that you can make what's called passive income is and live your life. I hate the word financial freedom because I'm addicted to what I do. So like, if I don't work, I go crazy. So it doesn't really matter how financially free, whatever ridiculous statement that it is. It's a lifestyle. But I see it so many ways. So many people. Just as an example, so many of my old friends who started, they say they started companies or something like that. People come out of the woodwork all the time. I just had and ask me, hey, I see that you're doing something, I don't really know what it is. Like how can I do it? What can I do? What should I do? Or on the flip side, somebody reached out to me and said, hey, I started this. I saw you on YouTube. Is it you? Or is it like an incredible lookalike? And I was like, that's me. And she's like, I started a company in this space. Could you also put me in your videos, in this certain space? Specifically, she started the dog food company. So she's like, you're on YouTube. I see you all the time promoting fresh dog food. Do you think that you'd be able to promote my brand too? And I'm like, hey, it doesn't matter if I make more money or less money with you. I'm always down to help out friends. I'm always down. And that's just the mindset. She was expecting me to say it's going to cost this much or that much. And I'm like, no, it doesn't cost. It's not going to cost anything. This is not about money. It's about helping friends. And, the money is the way I look at it is the money is a reward for all my hard work. So to get to say how I started, essentially after the course, I was doing the TikTok thing and I didn't really know how to make that work. The dancing, the promoting Legendary, all that type of stuff. It just didn't really feel right. So I teamed up with this my partner in construction. His father, actually, believe it or not, he didn't know, he hadn't spoken to his father for a while. They had a little bit of issues, but his father was actually a giant VPN affiliate. Like, he's one of the biggest ones on YouTube. So he was really successful in that niche. And then he was looking to expand niches. And he happened to be speaking to his father, my partner, and his father said, my partner told his father, hey, I don't know what I'm going to do because Eitan, he doesn't want to do construction and he wants out. And he said, hey, what does he want to do? He's like, something called, I don't know, affiliate marketing. And he's like, hey, like, I want to call him right now. He's like, why? He's like, 'cause you idiot. Like, that's what I do. Like, that's what we do. And he was looking to expand. We had just he was in the process and I helped him negotiate really, really good links to all sorts of different products. And he said, hey, I don't know which products work and which products don't, but I do know the formula for YouTube. And you can go ahead and you guys, I'll open this up to you. He went ahead and he funded a studio to be built in his own house. And we built him a studio and we showed up there every day. And I worked till 2 a.m. a lot of time, got there at, 9 a.m. till late at night until we got it working, and until we started to see income. And we sifted through the data, and he trained us. His partner was the creator, and he was like the back end businessman, negotiating the deals and going through all the data. So his partner trained us on how to be a YouTube creator. He's been a creator for about, I don't know, 15, 18 years, talking about all sorts of stuff. So he was training us how to speak, how to talk, and we were bad. I mean, I was bad. But the more you do it, the better you get. And he would go over our scripts. We'd write scripts, how to do it, and just better and better and better. And we're just on that journey now. It's been 2 years, and it was a business split, and it was like, it's incredible. So I was very blessed to have somebody who was able to like teach me and guide me. It's an investment for him. It pays off massively for them. But people always ask me, like, what percentage do you get? So I tell them, percentage of the overall. They have no idea what the revenue is, but I tell them the percentage. They're like, well, how can you make 30% and still make? How is that? And I say, would you rather own 100% of a company that does like nothing, or would you rather own 1% of Amazon, or like 0.5% of Amazon? It doesn't matter what percentage. What's life changing is what matters. And then taking the skills and getting better and better and better, and you can apply it and help a lot of people. If your passion is helping people, let's say, for example, you can help so many people with their local businesses if that's what you want to do, or give money, donate money, or bring people in and teach them if they're the type of people who have the mindset that, they want to change their life and they actually want to do the work. So that's in a nutshell, that's the story of how I got, how we got started. Yeah. So Legendary was, I think, what Legendary and you and everything was what gave me like the whole concept, the whole brain shift of like, hey, like there are these people out there like making Uber money, and like, why can't I be one of them? Why can't, what's different about me that I can't do that? And I can put the work in. For me, I was a contractor, putting the work in with my hands and whatever. So like, why can't I? If they can do it, there's nothing that I can't. If they can do it, I can do it too. So that's pretty much where it came from.
Yeah, and I love that, man. I mean, I take a piece away from every course or seminar or group I'm a part of as well. And I think that if more of us looked at learning as a lifetime investment, and that I'm going to learn from a lot of people along the way, and I'm going to do a lot of things. I'm going to have multiple programs that I go throughout my life. I'm going to have multiple mentors, and I'm going to take a piece away from each one of them. Nobody's going to be my savior. There's no man on earth that's going to be my guru. And a course is not a business opportunity. That's the other thing that people need to realize. Too many people on the internet are acting desperate, and many have tried things like MLM before, and then they join a course, something like this, and they're like, well, this should be my end all be all, and this is my business opportunity. It's like, no, this is an educational process where you can learn something, and you need to be open-minded to what you're going to learn. Maybe you'll learn all the skills and have all the mental breakthroughs, or maybe like you'll learn some skills and have a huge mental breakthrough about, wow, if I'm sitting here watching on camera some dude who's a 9th grade dropout, a former drug addict, it was a construction worker. I didn't own a construction business, dude. I was a construction worker. My father was basically a craftsman or a carpenter, the best one I ever saw, but it wasn't like he had a construction company. We were jumping from job to job, and if that was good, bro, I probably would have stayed.
Yeah.
If it's almost a blessing that he wasn't more successful than he was, because I would have stayed. But I was like, damn, man, I love my dad, but I can't make any money with him. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to be, and he wanted me to go on and do, he had his own, remember, our sobriety stories. I got sober, and then he got sober 6 months after. He was an alcoholic when I was working with him. I mean, and he had been that way for my whole life. I mean, he came from the pits of despair in his childhood. So the fact that he's even alive and functional is a blessing. But he wanted better for me, and I ventured out on my own. And, I took little pieces along the way and put them together, similar to what you did, to then eventually, put my own puzzle together. And it's now turned into sort of an information business, small little empire that I've built over 15 years of doing this. And so for those of you who are in your first couple of months expecting Niagara Falls of cash to just be pouring down onto you because you bought a course and didn't even go through it. I mean, and I only say that because I've worked with so many people in our community and from other communities who just get addicted to the buying process, get addicted to this is going to be the one, get addicted to to buying a lotto ticket. Because once you buy a lotto ticket, man, you don't have to do any work with that ticket. You just go wait, watch TV and wait for the numbers to get called. There's no work. So we really have a lotto ticket mentality within the entrepreneurial community. And we're battling up against that every day. You folks are battling up against that every day. And so it's about lowering your expectations when you come into something and not trying to predict what breakthrough you're going to have, but take every breakthrough as a blessing and realize that you're going to have to put pieces together. Somebody's not going to lay the path out for you. Even this no course out there, no degree is going to help you to be a mindless dummy and graduate that university and just go get a job handed to you. You're going to have to work, and you're going to have to think, and you're going to have to put the pieces together with your mentors. Yeah. With your mentors. I want to talk a little bit about kind of what you're doing, and I want to give people some context around why this particular model is not actually that different or unique from what affiliate marketers have been doing for many, many, many decades in this industry. This particular YouTube channel that you have is called Consumer Research Studios. You've got 104,000 subscribers, 508 videos on it. And it appears that, it's just kind of this mishmash of lots of different videos. It's not even very niche specific, but you can see after you giving us that context about the VPNs, where the kind of tech stuff is implanted in here. However, I would assume that in each one of these videos, you are talking about a product that you are an affiliate of, and in the description of that video, you have an affiliate link for that particular video. And the goal is to rank these videos in YouTube, and Google also shows YouTube videos in their search results, because remember, Google owns YouTube. So the two biggest search engines on the planet are, you have an opportunity to get your YouTube videos on the first page when somebody goes and searches, for example, NordVPN review, right? Yeah. Or NordVPN versus ExpressVPN review. And how's it going, everybody? Welcome. This video comes up, and lo and behold, right here down below, there is a link. I'm assuming that's an affiliate link. Talk to us a little bit about the strategy, in your own words, of a channel like this.
Okay, great. So first of all, I just want to comment real quick on something that you said earlier, in terms of the people having high expectations of their of buying a course, and all of a sudden I'm gonna without even going through it. Let me just tell you, I hire a lot of people off Indeed, off Upwork, and if I would tell you, if I would have a dime or a dollar for the amount of times I've seen affiliate marketer or digital marketer on all the resumes that I've got, I'd have a lot of money. So, calling yourself an affiliate marketer because you took a course, or being, having this dreamy fantasy that you're just, I'm a digital marketer, but not really knowing what that means, or not being willing to go through and do the work necessary, you know, and having those late nights, especially when you're first started. Now it's great. I can have the freedom, but back then, you know, to stay up till midnight to try to figure out what am I doing? Like, what is it? What is this? So in terms of the channel, this is one of my, I think we have about, I don't know, we have about 30 or so channels. Some are niche specific, some are not. This particular one was started years and years ago, and by one of the partners who works with us. It's our biggest, we have another channel just as big, Consumer Buddy, but essentially, yes, you have you've expressed it in exactly the right way. We have a lot of people working with us and for us making videos. We take that content. We built a team of video editors who are in Indonesia, so they're quite reasonable in terms of how much they cost. But for them, it's great money. So we have a whole system that we set up. I have a studio. If I would flip the camera, if you see behind me, there's a camera right there. There's a teleprompter. Okay, and then I basically I have a if I would flip it around, if you would open one of my videos, if you would flip it around, you would see that I have a very nice YouTube setup, really beautiful screen and speakers on the side, etc. So there's a nice aesthetic setup, and I have a teleprompter that I put there. So when we make scripts, I have a script writer who makes the scripts, and then an editor who edits the scripts, all sorts of different cogs in the machine. And again, I used to do this all myself. So like, you know, I don't want to say like, you know, person just like, oh, I'm just going to quickly, you have to know exactly what you're doing in order to hire somebody to train them. You have to know what to train them on. I mean, especially if it's something as important as writing the copy, you know, of the videos that you're going to do. So we started, like I said earlier, we started off and I was not very good in terms of my presentation, but the strategy you know, you get better and you get better, and you hopefully you find people who are much better than you. And like you said earlier, you learn from them and you're open-minded and you don't fight them, and you're willing to accept the criticism. And yeah, it hurts because when you're writing and, you know, you think you know, it's such a great, you know, this is a great script. It's perfect. It's amazing. And you look at it and you hand it in or whatever, you submit, okay, take a look at this. It's my best work yet. And he's like, this is garbage. Like, this is don't even bother editing this. Start it over again. You know, it humbles you. That's for sure. But you have to keep the goal in mind of like, you know, I want to get better. I want this to work. So we write scripts. And then I present the scripts. I have editors in far off countries who do that for me. And to organize everything, we have a virtual assistant. Our communications are all on Telegram because we have remote companies. So we have people in Indonesia, we have people in India, we have people in America, lots of people, a few people in America, we have people in Canada, we have people all over the world. Some people in Bosnia who are creators for us, or writers for us, or editors for us. And it's to put all that together. Really, my focus these days, me and my partner's focus these days is on building the business rather than the content creation itself. So a lot of the times, you know, some of those videos are recycled, which means we take an old video that's not ranking anymore, whatnot. It's been down. We keep very an eye on the data to make sure that everything is ranking. You know, you can pay somebody in an far off country $3-5 an hour, which might seem like not a lot to you, but for them, you know, it's a lot of money. So they're on top of our data to make sure that we're ranking on YouTube, or to make sure our videos are doing something. We keep an eagle's eye view on our data. My partner, he's the data guy, and he likes that stuff. I don't like that stuff. I like building the business. I like the overall, I would call myself the CEO, and he's the COO. He's the operations. He's like the data. And me, I make sure that the train is moving, to make sure that we have everything is moving. There are scripts being written and there's scripts being edited, and they go on the teleprompter behind me. I'm on camera. I think it's been really once every other week. I try to make it once a week, but it's really been once every other week, even more sporadically since I had a baby. So I do 4 hours of recording. The videos themselves are about 10 to 12 minutes on average, which is in terms of scripting, it's between 1,600 and 2,000 words is what we aim for. That's the magic number that we found works for us. So we don't want it to make it too long. And then in that content, and in that, the most important thing is that you deliver real content, meaning we're not here selling anything. We're here talking. We do reviews, comparisons, and tutorials of products. And sometimes in those reviews, we find things that we don't like of the product. And it's important to say, for us, it's important that we say the pros, the cons, everything in between, to make sure to give that authenticity that I think you gave me in order to invest, I think it was $2,500, which was like all of my savings at the time for the blueprints. So like to give the authenticity, you want to give the most information in a structured way. We try to get into, I read a lot of books. I try to get into the mindset of somebody who might be looking for that product. And then I try to ask myself, and I go on, Trustpilot or other creators' comment section or watch their videos. What is a person who is looking to buy, let's say, a mattress? If you see on the channel, Sattva mattress, for example, a mattress. What is a person who's going online looking for a mattress? What are they looking for? Like, what kind of information do you want to give them? And then to be able to give that information in a digestible and conversational manner, as if you're speaking one-on-one with them. That's the key. And I think that's what you really excel at, which is, 15 years you've been doing it. So I still work on that every day, but to be able to be on camera and talk to, hopefully, you get 100,000 views or something like that. Hopefully you're speaking to 100,000 people and you're talking to each person. You're not talking to 100,000 people. You're crafting the script in a way that you could speak to each person individually, and that when they watch it, just like when I watched you and I was, okay with spending my life savings at the time, purchasing the course, a high ticket item or whatever it is, even if it's a small thing, to say, like, when I watch it, I feel like this guy or this girl or whoever is talking to me and is answering my questions. Not that he's trying to sell me. The maxim that we like to say, and what I like to teach when I teach the writers, is that people like to buy, people want to buy, but they don't want to feel like they're being sold. We're not greasy car salesmen here. That's that's sort of our motto. So like, we try our best to get our scripts up and to give information. And it's not about, for us, it's always about the money, but money is a reward for, I think, for playing the game the right way. And if you're out there making, I've seen people steal our content, and just put our video on their channel, same thumbnail and everything. And more than anything, I'm like, hey man, I write in the comments or I send them an email and I'm like, it's just not how you're going to make it. It's just, if you think that you're going to make it, like if God or the grand scheme, the karma of the world or God or whatever you want to call it, whatever you believe in, if you think you're going to get rewarded for just stealing other people's content and, spitting it out online, it just doesn't work that way. You have to be genuine. And the more you put into it, the more work that you put into it, the more you're going to get. That's just how, I hate, you don't want to be distracted by the bells and whistles at the beginning. I know people said all the time when I first was looking into the course, how many people were like, oh, make $10,000 a month and make this and make that. And if you do this course, and I'm like, this guy is not a guy who's making $10,000 a month. I could just tell, I don't know it or not, but it just doesn't feel that way. It feels like he's trying to sell me, a really old car and call it new, change the odometer, somehow, to make it less mileage, but whatever. So authenticity is really, really, really crucial. So yeah. I hope that answers some of your questions.
Yeah, for sure. And that's why we don't teach that kind of strategy here in Legendary. It is about believability, and it is about letting people, educating people. We call it edutainment back in the day, and it's a little more boring term, but it's another way of saying it is education-based selling. It's just the best selling that you can do is to educate somebody. An educated buyer is a confident buyer, whereas a buyer who is in the dark and doesn't have the facts is a skeptical and hesitant and remorseful buyer if they do buy. The very best thing, the very best sales people in the world just teach and then just say, hey, you let me know. They don't even press, they don't even push, they don't even, and this is the, in all of the sales meetings, if you will, that we've done here at Legendary. Our salespeople are called advisors because their job is to advise people and to be there to help them to develop a business plan. And if the person buys, great. If not, our goal is to provide our advisors with enough people to work with that and then provide those people a great enough educational experience that they want to buy, not that we have to force or pressure them. And you could talk to any person that's ever worked here at Legendary about how we've trained them to sell, and they'll all tell you that, yeah, they've changed our whole thought process about selling. I thought it was about closing and pressuring people, and what I learned at Legendary was that it's about educating people and helping them feel confident about making a decision. You know, and so that's the way that marketing goes. Marketing is about getting people into the funnel. Selling is about bringing people to a decision, you know, giving them a decision to make. Marketing is just about bringing them to the boat. Sales is about, here's the bait. Do you want it or not? Right? Or here's the product. Do you want it or not? And that's, you know, it's not about forcing. It's not about aggressive closing. Want to move on just a little bit, unless you have any other comments about that. I just want to talk a little bit about this idea of, you know, of reviewing, if you're doing affiliate marketing, this idea of reviewing products in even courses, and becoming less of a salesperson and more of a reporter. You know,
that's a good way to put it.
Affiliate marketing is not about closing and selling. It's about reporting the facts. It's about, as you're doing here on this channel, educating people about like what their options are. And oftentimes in affiliate marketing, the article or the video that they watch that helps them feel the most informed is usually the one that they're going to click the affiliate link on. And they don't even know that they're clicking an affiliate link half the time. But if you give them enough of good information, they will click the link through and actually make a decision to buy. Whereas if the article or the video doesn't give them enough information, then they will leave. They will hit back on the browser and they will go back to the original search. They will click other videos on YouTube, because they are still, this is all common sense, folks. I'm just breaking it down here for us. They will continue their search for more information. And so talk to us about why this, why this strategy in particular with this channel. It's called Consumer Resource Solutions.
Consumer Research Studios.
Consumer Research Studios. Why does this particular channel work? And I know you have other channels. You gave us a list of those channels. We're going to just kind of keep the focus on this one.
Sure.
But do you recommend that somebody, if they're going to create a YouTube, a TikTok, and Instagram, because you could do this on any social media platform. You don't particularly have to do this just on YouTube. You could do this on TikTok. You could do this on Instagram. You could do this on Facebook. You could even repurpose the information. Do you recommend that they keep each page very specific, or that you do show a wide variety of products? This page seems like it's got a lot of different products from a lot of different niches. Why does it work? And if you were to start all over again, or as you do launch new channels, is there something that you do different? What advice do you have about that niche selection and keeping the videos focused and on topic?
Sure. Okay. So this channel is unique in the sense that we do a lot of different products. There's a few other channels we do it also, but it depends on your strategy. I think if you ask me, my humble opinion, the long-term strategy is much better if you are going to commit to one particular product, let's say with a high commission. You find one product and you find that it converts and you want to go all in on that one product. Then I think it's better that you do one particular channel with that one product, and you talk a lot about, and if you want to open up new channels for each other product, let's say you have enough videos in your library that you can recycle most of the information, most of the videos after a while. A lot of those channels do really well because they're niche specific, or one niche. Forget about one product. You could do like we're very big into, let's say, web hosting. So like you have a web hosting, you could do a whole channel on web hosting. And believe it or not, I mean, I didn't understand this back then, but there's a lot of people out there who want to know about web hosting, or or if you're going to take them through tutorials on how to build websites, then you yourself should be the type of person, or if you want to employ people down the line or something like that, should be the type of person who is giving information, giving a proper tutorial on, let's say you're doing Shopify, right? So, if you yourself are very knowledgeable, and people can sniff this out, I can sniff it out. I'm sure you can. When you watch a video of a person who doesn't know what he's talking about and he's stumbling along the whole way, then, you can tell that they haven't done the work. So if you're going all in on Shopify, then there's plenty of space out there I think, to make one channel specifically for Shopify or web hosting or whatever you want to call it. And then you learn yourself how to go make a tutorial, make proper tutorials. There's people doing this every day. And you find an affiliate link for Shopify or whatever else. I don't want to say it's easy, because, some people make it sound like it's so easy to go and get these affiliate programs or high-end tickets or whatever. But if you find something that works, I think the long-term strategy would be to make a niche specific channel. Short-term, if you want, let's say the short-term is you don't know what's going to work and you want to try it, everything you get your hands on. Let's say you have the ability, you want to try everything. So I think, in order to get the data,
welcome back to the
in order to get the data of what works and what doesn't work, I think it's much better to make a channel and just try to go broad. But once you have the data, and one person could easily, like, if you don't have a whole team, or let's say you don't want a whole team, you don't want to blow up the internet, you don't want to be this giant entrepreneur, but you want to have, again, this term of financial freedom, which is just, to break out of where you are, and to get to the next level, or even 2 levels up or whatever it is, but you don't want the whole responsibility. Then you can easily, hone in on one or a couple products, and you yourself can learn about them and to just go all in on them. And I would hesitate to say you should stick to those products, because again, at any point, YouTube or Facebook or even the company itself might change their program. That's happened before, where we've had high-end, deals. We have like, $600 we could get for an affiliate for this. But then, the next week they're like, oh, a month later, they're like, by the way, we're switching our whole affiliate program. We're going down to $100, which is like, we just went all in for the last month on this, making videos and content for this. But there's nothing you can do about it. So, I would try to keep it a little broader, but again, you don't need 50 products or 100 products like we have. You need a few good ones. But in order to find the good ones, you're probably going to have to sift through a lot of ones that, you think, even the ones that you think are like, well, I'm sure that this one's going to be the one, but like maybe not. Maybe the space is just too saturated. Maybe you can't rank. Maybe a lot of different things. So in a roundabout way, the long-term strategy, I think, is to build your own channel that's niche specific, not product specific. I think short-term would be to build a channel that goes broad, and to get the data. What are people watching? Why aren't people watching this and that, and they are watching that? To be really data specific on what you're doing.
Yeah. And this is age-old affiliate marketing strategy. I mean, back when I was coming onto the internet, 14, 15 years ago at this point now, I was in the network marketing niche. Okay. I had been doing like MLMs, and I was failing miserably and hated it, chasing friends and family, putting magnets on my truck, putting signs in my yard, having home and hotel meetings. I mean, it was miserable. And so I was like, look,
that sounds miserable to me.
Yeah. I mean, especially as somebody who doesn't like to talk to people, right? For you, that'd be hell. For me, it was like still hell, because I didn't have any credibility, right? And I wasn't good at talking to people back then. And so I came online, and I was like looking for some sort of a breakthrough. How the hell can I generate leads? How can I maybe find people, because I've burned my warm market, that are out there in somewhere around the world who might be interested? And I just started stumbling upon all this information around network marketing. I found reviews about network marketing companies and products. I then started getting into the tools, the software, the courses that could show people how to generate leads for their network marketing business. I then stumbled deeper down the rabbit hole into email autoresponders and affiliate marketing add-on products that you could market to network marketers and earn an affiliate commission on if you could start teaching them how to generate leads online. And so it just opened up this rabbit hole of all of these marketers who'd come before me who were making blogs. Back then it was mainly blog posts and YouTube videos about all of these different reviews about companies, reviews about products inside of companies, reviews about software, reviews about courses, reviews about email auto, everything that I've mentioned. It was a review about it. And I was like, holy crap. And then I'd go to these blogs and I thought maybe they were like only talking about a review about that company. But then I was like, holy crap, they got a review on every company. This is more than just, this is not a representative of this company. This is somebody who's a marketer who's reviewing all these companies. And then as I read the article, they weren't actually promoting the company. They were giving a review for people who were looking into the company. And then at the end of the article, they would say, but, here's what I recommend you do. Here's, here's, right. Here's the you may be looking at, whatever XYZ MLM, but I actually recommend you do affiliate marketing. And here's where I recommend you learn that from. Right. And so I realized this is a game of getting traffic.
Yeah,
this is
getting eyes on you.
Marketing in being successful online is a game of generating traffic. It's not a game of selling. It's not a game of being cool on camera, or it's a game of just doing whatever you can to get eyeballs. And then you convert those eyeballs into leads, and then you convert those leads into sales. Now, a lead, the way that I describe a lead is an email opt-in, but a lead can also be a click on your affiliate link. That is a lead, right? And so for those of you who are listening as we kind of bring this in for a landing, how could you start to implement some of this review strategy into your business? Well, it's very easy. You don't have to start even any new channels. Whatever your channel that your topic is, let's just say that your topic is internet marketing. Well, you start to post reviews about various different strategies, tools, courses. What are keywords that people are searching for in that industry? What are softwares? What are courses? What are people that are specific to that industry or that niche that people are probably typing into? Because every platform has a search bar. Now, Instagram does, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube especially, and Google will always be the big 800-pound gorilla. So when people are typing into those platforms, what are they typing in terms of your niche? And then create videos around those products or those terms or those strategies. This whole idea of, in the internet marketing niche, doing side hustle videos, it's a completely legitimate strategy. The problem is just when you use big misleading clickbait headlines like make $10,000, with online data entry. And then at the end, you give a shitty review. And then at the end, you say, but I don't actually like that. Go do this. It's like, if you're going to do a review, make it a good, solid review. As you said, know what the hell you're talking about. Try it out. It's better to put out one review video per week because you did your research and your homework and you know what you're talking about and it's a good video, than trying to pump them out constantly. And watch how your traffic grows, because now you're, instead of trying to be an entertainer like you talked about Eitan earlier, like dancing and, being Mr. Charismatic on video. People don't want, if they wanted to see that, they'd watch Netflix. They want to be educated because they're in the process of looking for something to buy. So give them a review on that and start there. And then you can expand, as you have done, brother, into YouTubing, for example. I think YouTubing is a little bit of a next level. But do you agree about what I'm saying here? It can be done on TikTok, Instagram to get started. And what else would you add to that?
Yeah. Firstly, I only pretty much exclusively do YouTube, so I can't say anything about. I don't want to garner to say an opinion on if I could. I tried TikTok. We tried to recycle some stuff on Instagram as well, but nothing ever went. So we found the strategy for YouTube. So I can only comment on that in terms of this review. When people have to understand that, again, when people are looking up reviews, and there are different softwares and different free things out there to find what people are searching, like Google Trends or Google Keyword Finder, which is services that Google offers to find out what people are searching. But in terms of finding, in terms of making a review or making a tutorial, you have to understand that, again, people are looking to. There's already people searching that. You're not the owner of the company in terms of making a review. I'm not an owner of a company. I don't have Legendary Marketer. It's not my company, or whatever other company, if I'm promoting VPN, whatever it is, they're not my company. The way that I look at it, it's my job like you said, to get people to click on my link below. Those are people who are already, if people are looking at an antivirus or something like that, and they're coming to YouTube and they're typing in, this antivirus versus that antivirus, and they find me. Those are, think about the mindset. Those are people who are already considering whether or not to buy this antivirus or this antivirus. So they're going to buy an antivirus. And if you have an affiliate deal, generally speaking, a lot of the companies will give you some type of, discount through your link or something like that. And you say, hey, I just mentioned, by the way, I have a discount. I have a link, discounted link in the description that'll get you 20, whatever percent off. That is a deal that you won't get by going straight to their website. And that way the person is like, all right, I'm already thinking about buying it. And they've told me the pros and the cons and whatever. And if they're going to buy it, it's my job to get them to the website. Now, in terms of selling, I don't look at myself as a salesman at all, even though I used to be in terms of my own. I don't look at it that way, because maybe it is. Maybe you can argue that it is, but I look at it as more like it's my job to get them there. And it's your job as the company. Your job, your funnel closes them. I don't, and that's one of the beautiful things, as a contractor, whatever, I was always dealing with, calls back, that 6 months ago you did this for me, and now I don't know, whatever is happening, and you have to deal with the customer service aspect of it. It's something that drew me to affiliate marketing specifically, was I don't have to deal with those calls. If there's ever a problem with customer service or with anything like that, they go right to the company. I just am a middleman that serves between the company to get eyes to the company. It's the job of the company to close it. If there's a money back guarantee, it's their job to deal with it. If there's a problem with the mattress or whatever product it is, they deal with it. I don't deal with calls. People don't know my name, which suits me. Maybe some people want to be famous and whatever, but like for me, it suits me because I want to live my life. I want to live the quietest, most freest way possible. I don't want to walk in the street and people to know who I am or anything like that. So, the way I look at it is change your mindset and say, like, I'm not a sale. You're not trying to sell. Granted, you will get money if they buy, but again, people don't want to buy by feeling like they're being sold. It might work for a few people here and there, but in the grand overall, you have to get yourself into the mindset. I'm trying to help people. I'm trying to help people who are buying this product to know what's good and bad. Granted, I do want to put out there that, we highlight the positives and sort of sandwich the cons in there. I don't want to focus too much on the cons, because obviously if you're trying to sell Shopify or a mattress and you say it's the worst mattress I've ever slept on in my life and blah, 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 blah. It's just, nope. Obviously they're going to be like, okay, great video. Thank you for making this video for me. I'll like the video, but you're not going to get anything from that. So you have to be balanced in terms of and then just focus on, I'm going to be the guy who gets in the way of a person going right to the company. I'm going to stand downstream and find myself in a way where I just catch the fish. The fish come to me. Yeah. So I'm not out there trying to sell doing the dance, the TikTok or whatever, trying to get the eyes to come to me. I'm the guy who's figuring out where the traffic already is and then standing in the way of them going right, instead of them going right to the company or them going to another person on YouTube. I want to stand in the way and say, and I want to be the one to give them that high quality information, as opposed to another creator, or as opposed to them going on a blog on Google, or as opposed to them going right to the company. That's the way. I don't try to make don't try to shake the world and make the traffic come to you. Just stand where the traffic is and like catch it as it comes to you. I think
that's a great point. You know, and that's what I mean by implementing it into hot topics. This is the whole idea of marketing and media anyways, is what are hot topics? What are trending topics? What are hot products people are already searching for? And implement those into your content. Talk about those. I mean, this is basic content creation. Even if you're not selling a product, there's content creators all over the world. And what are they doing? If you look at their pages, they're talking about trending topics.
Yeah.
They're talking about trending. And the whole idea of media and marketing is be the first one to be talking about this. Break the story, right? So that's already the foundational element of content creation. So with this, just how you can implement this today is you don't have to go hire people. What you've done is you've got 2 years worth of blood, sweat, and tears in this, in learning, and you've given us like an amazing example of what's possible. But for those of you who are listening, who are saying, what can I take from this? Start just talking in your content about trending topics or trending products or trending gurus or trending strategies. If you're in the dog training niche, what are other all the dog training methods that people use? You can give your opinion on that. You can compare them. What are products that people use in the dog training industry? What's the difference between this collar and that collar? These are things that people would be searching already and looking for information on. And now you have a way to get in front of, as you're talking about, brilliantly put, in front of traffic that's already flowing in the streets. It's almost like jumping in front. You don't want to go. I want to give an analogy to your point because I thought it was so brilliant. You don't want to go stand in a dark alley somewhere and try to get people to come to you and detour through your alley. You want to go to the highway and stand right in the middle with your sign, because that's where people are. Now, that's a crazy analogy. In real life, you wouldn't do that. But in marketing, that's what you want to do. You want to find those busy highways. What are those really high search terms and search phrases and trending products and strategies in your niche? Start talking about those, and you will see your traffic soar, because as you said, well said, very clear, you're not creating traffic. You're just getting in front of traffic that already exists.
Yeah. I also think I just want to add one, these are who you're talking to. Maybe you feel like, views and this and that. Each person, these are real people that you're talking to. So like the same way that you're a real person going on YouTube, searching whatever, these are real people too. So like you want to be in front of a lot of real people, and the more real people that you're in front of and the more real you are with them, I think is the more chances, in terms of money, in terms of conversion rate, or in terms of actually making money in your pocket, to be real and to find real people to be real too. Don't play any games. I think, if you ask me, I think, that's just my ad.
Well, I think part of not playing games is actually giving them pros and cons. You can't, obviously you're not going to sell anything if you only highlight cons, but I mean, that's obvious. Why would you waste your time making a video about a product that sucks? You wouldn't.
Yeah.
So the product, the product,
plenty of people who do.
The product, right? People are already doing that. As just like media people, as content creators. That's a whole different line of work. That's just about eyeballs, and they're monetizing their business a different way. Affiliate marketers need to be able to have somebody click a trackable link, and then when the customer goes and buys, you get paid. So the product, there's some basic criteria. It has to have an affiliate program. It has to be something that people are buying and interested in. And then when you present it, you're either comparing it to something else or you're giving the pros and the cons. And wow, you don't
You can
want
also
to
do a tutorial as if it's that kind of product.
sure.
Yeah,
Okay,
we
of
find a lot
course.
of success there also.
Absolutely. A tutorial about how to use, and that's where you could get niche specific. Like you could make a whole or page specific. You can make
Right.
a whole page about
100%.
ClickFunnels, a whole page about Aweber, or a whole page about a particular product and kind of become the guru go-to for that product. But digressing back to one other point that you made about content, I think this is where people really screw up and lose people's trust is you try to make a product sound too good to be true. You can't
Yeah.
just highlight all the pros. You have to highlight the downsides or the cons of a product because every product and every strategy has pros and cons. And you will, in many times when you're highlighting those cons as a marketer, you'll think, oh, this is going to kill my sale, but it won't. It will actually increase the trust because people will believe it because they will not believe it if it's too good to be true. And it's all good. You said that a moment ago. I wanted to highlight that.
Yeah. Thank you. That's right. I agree 100%. And I just want to add, one last thing. For people out there who are like, when I started, I was listening to this every day. I haven't listened to Wake Up Legendary for a while, but I was listening to it every day and I got intense motivation. And I wanted to, break the internet, let's say. I wanted to go big. But like, for those of you out there, I just want you to know, like, if you're the type of person who wants to be free, freedom and to enjoy your life, and you're willing to put in that work, and you continue every day doing it, I just want to say, like, if I can do it, believe me, you can do it too, like 100%. And I think it's, cliche. There's a lot of people who say that they want to do it, but don't do it. That's why I focus on, if you're the type of person who's plugging away and you're consistent, and there's good days and there's bad days and there's medium days, but you just go every day and you put in the work and you start to see results and you follow the data and understand why, try to analyze why what am I doing right? What am I doing wrong? And you just keep going and keep going. I'm telling you, the world will open up so many doors that you couldn't have possibly imagined. Like the doors that have been open for me over the past 2 years have just been unimaginable. How my personal life has changed, but also how I've been able to help other companies and other people, old friends of mine who saw me on YouTube, or companies who reach out to me who are just small companies just starting out. Let's say, like, I think you had an example one time. I just remember a long time ago, there was like some kind of jujitsu like company that I don't know, somebody in it was a Wake Up Legendary where she said she helped a local like jujitsu company, like, and she was
Create an
able to,
affiliate program. He didn't
yeah,
have
create an
one.
affiliate with the local and the whole community. I mean, imagine the small business owner who owns the company, and it's like, you blew up his company, in a good way. You expanded his company, and you made it something like he couldn't have. He's a judo instructor, jujitsu or martial arts guy, and you're in there, and he wants to make a business, and you help him. Forget about the money, the satisfaction, the sense of self that you get by being able to having the skills to know what traffic can do and how to manipulate traffic towards or whatever. It's can just open up so many doors for you. And if you're hopefully the type of person who wants to give back to other people, for other people. So if I can do it, Dave, I think if you can do it, just your stories, like as being, a drug addict and whatever, like I think if I can do it, if you're that type of person and you're persistent like me, you can do it too. I don't want to say anybody can do it, because a lot of people will start and not do it and stop and just say it doesn't work, or it's this or it's that or whatever. And they'll have, or it's dead. A lot of people say, I feel it's dead. Now there's something else, it's big. Right. And I'm like, it's not dead. I have a traditional YouTube that you said 15 years ago, people were doing it, and it's still doing amazing things for me. So that's just my 2 cents there.
Well, thanks. And you're giving the pros and the cons. I mean, it's not going to work for you if you have unrealistic expectations and you're not willing to put in the work. Yeah. I mean, your YouTube channel that you shared with us today has videos. As a matter of fact, I can just prove it to you all watching right now. Even the most popular videos on here are 10 years old. So this strategy was working 10 years ago. Okay. So, there's the proofs in the pudding. This strategy, affiliate marketing, selling information. I mean, selling information, folks, it's an age old. I give that lesson right in the first module of the blueprints. It's like, the affiliate marketing blueprint. I say, here's how people have been selling information for, decades. And folks, we've been as a both a society, but also our cultures have been selling information for centuries. And as long back as humans have existed, education has been something that's been it's something that we sell and exchange with each other, and we always will. It's just nowadays the internet has just evolved how we're sharing information, and now we can do so much from this little thing right here. Bro, it's been great. Let's bring this in for a landing. This has been like mind blowing and so cool to see how you've taken these strategies and this experience that you've had here and then evolved it and grown something that's so cool and so successful. And I couldn't be happier for you and your family. There's not anybody that is more deserving than you. You're a kind soul. And thank you for sharing all the value with us this morning. Come back and see me, brother.
I appreciate it. Thanks for your time. And it was great to talk to you. It was really, really great. I hope everybody who's just starting out gets to be, find themselves on the show after they achieve some success, hopefully.
Thanks for saying that, brother. Appreciate it, man.
Thank you. All right. Nice talking to you. Bye-bye.
All right, brother. Stay legendary, my friend. All right, my friends, you can follow the channel that Eitan has built. One of his YouTube channels, Consumer Research Studios, was the one that we were showing today. And he has lots of different channels. He's grown and evolved his business into lots of different streams of traffic, legs on his stool, digital pieces of real estate, whatever you want to call it. But he was nice enough to share this one with us this morning over at Consumer Research Studios as an example of his work. If you want to get started with the same courses, education that Eitan talked about and got started with 2 years ago, you can go to legendarymarketer.com/enroll. legendarymarketer.com/enroll. We have all of our products right there on that page for an easy, link opportunity for you to enroll in our 5-day challenge, enroll in our business blueprints, or come to a mastermind. We've also recently launched an accountability mentorship program for those who are having a hard time actually following through and implementing and staying accountable. If you want a free complimentary coaching call, you can email me at dave@legendarymarketer.com, and I'll hook you up with one of our accountability mentors, Eric, Dawn, or Bonnie. I've interviewed them on this show as well, so you can actually meet them back within the last month or so. Look, whether you decide to receive ongoing accountability mentorship from us or not, this call may just be valuable for you in terms of understanding what you need to do or change to stay accountable to yourself. So take us up on it. We'd love to give you the details, help you out however we can. It's all about getting you to use the education that you bought. Use the education that you bought. That's our whole. It's not a pie in the sky. It's not we got something new for you. It's about using the education that you bought. We're confident it will change your life if you use it. If you use it, it has the potential to change your life, like it did with Eitan this morning. His story was incredible. His what he's accomplished is not typical. It's an ordinary person doing an extraordinary thing. So I hope you got lots of inspiration from that. And we will see you back here tomorrow for another episode. As always, if you want a notification from us whenever we go live, I'm going to put this link in the comments as well. You can click on this link and get a little Facebook notification message at 10 a.m. Eastern time when we go live, and we will see you on here. Again, we do this show and have done this show. Eitan may not realize this because he watched the show religiously, as he said, when he was first getting started, and then he's actually now on after not tuning into the show on a daily basis. We've interviewed well over 1,000 clients now on this show. Well over 1,000 clients have been interviewed on this show. So we're really proud of that. I think we're on around 1,050 or so right now. and it's the march to 2,000. That's one client per day, Monday through Friday, for the past how many ever years it's been since we've done this show. So tune in, and as Eitan said, I'd love to have you on the show. We'll reach out to you if we see you in our community making waves, or if you think that you're doing something that we may not see but you'd like to be on the show. You can go to legendarymarketer.com/featured, legendarymarketer.com/featured, and fill out our application to be on the show, and we will look into having you on. With that being said, my friends, get out of here. Have a fantastic day. Stay legendary. Thanks again to Eitan for an incredible interview and all the warm and amazing feedback in the comments for Eitan. He more than deserves it. This was awesome. Have a great Monday. We'll see you back here tomorrow for another episode. Get out of here. Peace.